Good morning, class 12th commerce. This is your subject economics, chapter number 9, rural development, lecture number 3. So in this lecture, we will discuss about emerging challenges of rural development and employment outside agriculture. Let's begin. Emerging challenges of rural development. Basically, it is about the employment outside agriculture. This is the challenge, emerging challenge of rural development. Finding options of sustainable livelihood implying employment outside agriculture is an important emerging challenge of rural development in India. And first is animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is an important area of employment in India, different from crop farming. It is also known as livestock farming. Animal husbandry is also known as livestock farming. 1 mark question. Another name of livestock farming, that is animal husbandry, or another name of animal husbandry, and that is livestock farming. Poultry, cattle, goats and sheep are important components of livestock in India. Poultry accounts for 42%, whereas cattle accounts for 25%, and goats and sheep, they account for 20% in the total livestock of India. In most areas, livestock farming is combined with the crop farming by the rural families with a view to supplement their income, with a view to increase their income. Livestock and crop farming, when they are mixed, that means the farmers, they are moving from irrigated areas to semi-arid and arid areas. The significance of livestock farming tends to increase while that of crop farming tends to decrease. Because lesser the irrigation, lesser is the scope for crop farming. There are problems which are related to livestock sector. One is low productivity owing to backward know-how. That means people don't have the adequate knowledge, they don't have the adequate techniques so that they can manage this livestock sector. Fine. They are working on the traditional know-how, they are working on the traditional knowledge, they don't have the knowledge of mechanized means of livestock farming. Then we have second point is deficient veterinary. Veterinary means treatment of animals. Veterinary surgeon, that means doctors which treat animals. So there is lack of doctors, quality doctors which treat animals. There is not proper hospitals for the animals. So that's the reason that livestock sector is still a challenge, and leads to low productivity because of backward know-how. That means people don't have the sufficient knowledge of the techniques, that how to manage the animals. They don't have the proper knowledge how to take the benefits from those animals, and everyone is working on the conventional rules of livestock farming. Okay. Then we have fisheries. Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra Tamil Nadu. These all are southern states. Fine. Gujarat is in like I won't say that it is in proper northeast, but yeah, it's there in the south part. Okay, so Kerala, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu are the principal states where fisheries is an important source of livelihood in rural areas. Okay. The fishing community in India depends almost equally on inland sources and marine sources of fishing. Together, these inland and marine sources are called water bodies, which are regarded as provider by the fishing communities. Fishing community continues to be as one of the most backward community in the country. Why? Because of increasing indebtedness, because of increasing credit amount. Credit facilities to be provided to the fishing communities so that their vicious circle of indebtedness is broken. Microfinancing through self-help groups may go a long way in reducing credit needs of the marginal fishing families in the rural areas. Fishery technology be upgraded and made available to the fishing community. This was all about fisheries. Then we have horticulture. Horticulture is another alternative source of employment in the rural areas. It is more like diversification of crop production rather than a source of employment different from crop farming. Horticulture crop includes fruits, vegetables, flowers. Over time, there has been an increase in the area under horticulture. Presently, India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world. We are emerging as a leading producer of mangoes, bananas, cashews, coconuts, and variety of spices. Horticulture is emerging as an important means of sustainable living in the rural areas. There has been a significant rise in the income level of the farming families engaged in the horticulture production. There is one revolution which is related to horticulture, and that is golden revolution. It is golden revolution. I'm sorry for this bad handwriting, but I'm not well versed with this ITs. Okay, so revolution, golden revolution. Okay, so what is this revolution? First, let me tell you that it is very important question from the exam perspective, golden revolution. Now, what it talks about? It refers to the series of research, development and technology transfers initiatives that increase the production of horticulture crops. That includes vegetables, fruits and honey. So golden revolution includes all those techniques, research and the development activities that initiates the production of horticulture crops and honey. Fine. Most important one marker question, golden revolution. It is given in blue box in your book. Then we have cottage and household industry. See, cottage and household industry has been a traditional source of non-farming production activity in rural areas. So, it's a non-farming production activity, non-farming. That means here you are not using the farm products and you are not doing any activity on the farms. Okay, so it's a non-farming activity. Cottage industry and household industry, it includes spinning, weaving, dyeing and bleaching. Fine. Basket making. See, these women are making basket, spinning, and there are so many, archeries products. There are so many, decorative items which are made with hands in the home. People, they make so beautiful artists. They do so much beautiful artistic work, but they are paid less for their work. They don't get the amount which they deserve. There are so many, beautiful uh, decorative items made with the marbles, but they are not paid the amount which they deserve. This is this is the problem with the cottage and household industry, because we human beings, what we think, that machine made product deserve high prices, but the goods which are made with the hands, they don't deserve the high prices. Knowing the fact that India is a labor intensive country, still we prefer machine made goods rather than using these handmade products. Next is organic farming. This you have done in your junior classes also. What is organic farming? This is the most important question, and it may come in 3 marks or 1 mark. Will not be asked in 6 marks, hopefully, but from 3 marks and from 1 mark question, this question is very important. Organic farming. What is organic farming? You have heard about the organic products. Those who are health conscious, those students who do online shopping, those students who are more on they spend more time on Instagram and Facebook, they'll realize that there are so many advertisements related to organic products. Buy organic products, organic food. And you know what? These organic food are actually costlier than the chemical products. They are costlier. Your beauty products, now the organic beauty products has been started. Fine, either it is the face pack, or it is the face wash, or it is the shampoo, everything. Your eatable items also, they are organic now. Organic products, everybody is using that. Okay, eatable items, चाहे आपके फिर pulses ही क्यों ना हो, fine, आपके spices हैं, या there are many dieting goods which you people consume. There are many fruits, and जो होली पे कलर आप यूज करते हो, ठीक है, अब तो वो कलर्स भी ऑर्गेनिक होने लग गए हैं. दोज होली कलर्स विच यू यूज, दे आर आल्सो नाउ ऑर्गेनिक. फाइन, बिकॉज demand of organic food, organic goods has been increased. That's why people will not hesitate to spend higher amount on the organic product, because they feel that organic products are good for their health, good for their skin, good for their body. Okay, so use of organic goods means that we are using chemical free inputs like pesticides, fertilizers, insecticides. That means whatever is needed in this crop, in planting these crops, there we are not using the chemical wala insecticides, fertilizers. We are using the organic inputs. Okay, what are the benefits? It discards the use of non-renewable sources, environment friendly, sustains soil fertility, and healthy and tastier food. Fine. So, discard the use of non-renewable resources. Conventional farming use the chemical resources, they use the non-renewable sources, but this organic farming, it avoids the non-renewable sources. Environment friendly, because it does not causes pollution in the atmosphere. It does not pollute the groundwater. It does not it does not does not lead to increase in the nitrates, that is a health hazard and pollute the environment. Organic farming discards the use of chemical fertilizers. Then we have sustained soil fertility. It increases the quality of soil, and good soil will lead to definitely good production. Okay. Healthier and tastier food. Obviously, if a food is free from the chemicals, it is a healthy food. Fine. Organic farming offers healthier and tastier food compared with conventional farming. Recent studies have found that organically grown food is more nutritious than the food from the chemical farming. Okay. Now, this is also the important question from exams perspective. Tanwa project. It is given in your NCRT as well as TR Jain. Tanwa project. Tamil Nadu Women in Agriculture. It is a project launched in Tamil Nadu with a view to train women in the diverse techniques of farming so that women can earn for themselves and they can earn for their families, to raise their productivity, to raise the income level, to make them independent. So it was a project which was launched in Tamil Nadu. What was the aim of this project? To train the women in the diverse techniques of farming. Full form of Tanwa, Tamil Nadu Women in Agriculture. Fine, important question, mark it. It is given in the box, page number 194. In my book, it is 194. Please search in your book accordingly. Then Operation Flood, another one marker important question. Operation Flood, it was launched in 1966. State of Gujarat. Gujarat. Do you know where is Amul factory? उसका अमूल की फैक्ट्री कहाँ पे है? उसका वो ऑथेंट कहाँ पे है? अमूल का एपिसेंटर. Amul epicenter is in Gujarat. Fine. And Amul is not a company. Amul is a cooperative society. Fine. So what is this Operation Flood? It is a system of milk cooperatives launched in 1966. Another question. When was it launched? 1966. State Gujarat. The system requires the member to pool their produce of milk for the collective sale in the market. So what did they do? They formed the cooperative society. ठीक है, ये एक सोसाइटी बनाई. अब इस सोसाइटी में है सारे फार्मर्स, मिल्क सेलर्स. ओके, फार्मर्स और आप कह सकते हो मिल्क सेलर्स. Now what they have decided that every milk seller will bring their production, the produce of the milk. Fine, they'll collect the milk. सबने यहाँ पर कलेक्शन किया. Okay, now whatever they have collected, they will sell that in the market. ठीक है, मार्केट में वो लोग सेल करेंगे. Every every milk seller will sell in the market. This is what collective selling. They'll do collective bargaining so that they can attract the better prices. Okay. So the system requires the member farmers to pool their produce of milk for the collective sale in the market. Pooling increases the quantity of sale and thereby increases the bargaining power of the farmers. ठीक है. Pooling also make grading and processing of the product as economically viable propositions. This raises the market value of the product. Okay, so here we have completed our chapter number 9, rural development. Please note down your homework. Question number 1, importance of organic farming. Question number 2, explain Tanwa project. Question number 3, what is golden revolution? Question number 4, what is Operation Flood? Question number 5, what is distress sale? Question number 6, what are the defects of agricultural market? These defects of agricultural market are given in the box, in blue box, within the same topic. measures initiated by the government to improve the marketing system. In that only one blue box is given, there it is written defects of agriculture marketing. So these 5 to 6 questions you have to write down. First you will learn them and then you will note it down. Fine. And I'll try my best that I make one PPT on the important question from each and every chapter, as it is not feasible for you to learn each and every topic of Indian economics. It's quite boring also and not worthy of giving that much time. Okay, so I'll give you the important topics which you need to learn from the exam perspective. But bache, it's not like that keys. If the topic I'm not telling you that this is important and you will leave that topic, don't leave. At least give it a reading. At least keep that point in mind. Don't mug up that point, but at least read that point, so that if suppose it comes in the exams, you are not blank about the topic. Okay, so this is for today. Thank you.